This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, we're talking about Kanye and Drake right now. Now, Drake is going to probably walk, for all the Kanye fans out there, chill out for a second. I'm just addressing one thing. We all respect Kanye for what he's good at, But this is competition. Drake and Kanye, that whole Pusha T thing, that was like old. It got brought up because of the Kanye thing as of recent, in 2018. So Drake, so basically what happens is Kanye dropped Donda right ahead of CLB. He was obsessed with Drake's State. He dropped it. He's doing like $350K, dropping on a Sunday, a couple days late. And he's going to do well. Kanye's fans really showed up for him on this album. He's doing does between 200 and 300 first week. Now he's doing like 350. Okay. Like I said in the last video, Kanye hasn't been the same ever since the Throne drop to me. Okay. And ever since then, he's kind of gone in a spiral that's made him billions, by the way. Okay. But he's in a weird spiral. Drake and Kanye compete for attention on rival billboards on Donda Square. That's in Toronto. Drake took over with a bunch of billboards with his Nike merch. His merch is coming out through Nike. Kanye's merch is through him, and Gap has some of his merch. These guys are both making power moves here. Should have said you love me today. No, tomorrow, new day. Okay, whatever. Okay, so anyways. Drake is out to smash Kanye with competition and not disses anymore. If you go back to his barbershop conversation with LeBron, these guys will never be cool again because Kanye crossed lines. He played mental games. Kanye West tried to make things cool with Drake prior to 2018, like right before that, when he was working on his other album. What was it? Yay? Something like that. And he was in Wyoming. And this is when, but Drake didn't know he was working on an album. Kanye wanted him to come to Wyoming, and he said he was dropping in like September, October. This is just a refresher for you, okay? So 40 got there first, and he said, yo, I think he's working on an album right now. So Drake was like, that's weird. He didn't tell me he was doing that. When he gets out there, Kanye is like, yo, I want to be like Quincy Jones. You got to start opening them up to me, and I'll help you, but I want to be like Quincy Jones. I want to like mastermind everything, but you got to tell me everything. You got to tell me when you're dropping. You got to tell me this. He was obsessed with his dates around then. He's in obsessive competition with Drake, okay? I want to know when you're dropping. I need to know personal things. I need to get in your mind, like Quincy Jones. So Drake tells him when he's dropping. He shares his music with him. He helps Kanye with his album. He plays him March 14th, which is the song about his son. Shows him the son, the pictures of the son, right? Talks about personal things with the baby mom and everything. And then goes home. Oh, yeah, and then he gives him the beat, Lift Yourself. Goes home, wakes up the next morning. Kanye gives him like a passive-aggressive, love you, brother, da-da-da. And then later that day, Kanye sabotages the beat he gave him by dropping Scoopity Scoop on Lift Yourself song. He sabotaged it. And then had release dates of like, Pusha T right before Drake comes out on May 31st. Then some other albums coming out, like Nas came out around then, Ye came out around then, and he had all these drop dates right around Drake's, just showing him that he was trolling him, and Drake says, okay, he's trolling me. Then the stuff starts with Pusha T, and when Pusha T responds, Drake said, it all stopped for me. He talked about my son. I already knew he was going to do that. He talked about my parents. That was, whatever. It was like he doesn't know the relationship with all that. But when he wished death upon 40, because 40 has MS, he said, there are rules in this. There are rules that you don't go after someone that's defenseless, someone that's sick. And he's kind of right about that, because it usually turns. Someone gets punched when that happens. And he said, I wanted to punch him in the face after that, you know? And I don't blame him. And he said, I had bars for him and Kanye, but it was it was a chess move on their part. I would have to go all the way filthy and tarnish a lot of my career. And maybe, you know, obviously he didn't say this in the interview, but that would scare away. Think about it. The cargo jet thing might have not have happened after that, and that, because he would have gone to a disrespectful place. And you never know how people are going to react on the internet. You can get canceled for small things now, you know? But he did get in Kanye's head with Kanye, Kim, you know, that whole thing, you know, where he was talking about maybe smashing Kim, you know, and he's just playing mind games back with Kanye now. And Kanye was trying to play mind games with him. And it's just, you know, it's crazy. You know, Kanye got into his head, gained his confidence back, Drake's confidence back with him, by saying he's a family changed man now and he wants to be more of an executive producer role. And Kanye was just trying to get inspiration to drop his next album. And he was using Drake for that very thing on this one. He knew Drake was dropping around this time. He rushed to drop this album that he's been teasing for years out of nowhere. I mean, think about it. It's full of features, right? He needs all the help he can get. And it's Kanye, but it's a rushed Kanye. And that's why the album sounds like that. Think about it. Half of his team quit during the process. Mike Dean took off. Kanye's been doing things behind the scenes. And this is why DJ Envy and all of them were like, yo, he's a clown, because he's acting crazy behind the scenes. There's a lot happening, you know? But, you know, it was a great performance. It was a great, different kind of rollout. But that's why I say it's great. It was very different, you know? But it was like Art Basel, you know? It was like Art Basel, you know? It was like an art show. The album's okay. It's not the best Kanye album I've ever heard. But I think he's lost in the competition and not just about making a great album. Before, it was about making a great album. Think about it. You know, he's turned people off in the past. Jay-Z, you know, Jay-Z doesn't really play all these games with him, you know? So it's like, you know? Jay-Z plays these games with Drake, too, a little bit. They go tit for tat. It's all about competition. But Kanye goes in the more, like, dark, twisted way. I mean, the whole Pusha T thing, he fed him all that information, even though he says he didn't. Watch that barbershop thing again on LeBron's show, The Shop, and you'll understand, like, yo, this is just about outselling him now. That'll bother Kanye more than anything. If Drake does $1 million the first week, which I think he could, if he did $1 million the first week, Kanye's going to be tight. Because think about it, Drake's over 10 years in the game now, and still doing numbers like that. This is 12th year of Drake. The 12th year. Really, the 13th year, if you count his first mixtape, the comeback season, some season with him in the Pico. So, Kanye's what? Rapping-wise, 17 years, you know? But it's amazing. They're both still, like, prime, you know? Like, they got the attention. They're both relevant. It's just Drake's a little bit more relevant still. It's weird. I think he's talented, but it usually, I don't care how talented somebody is, the fans don't usually stick with you like this. Like, think about Jadakiss. Jadakiss hasn't missed a beat. He just proved that in the verses. But the fans don't support the locks like they used to, you know? The fans are continuing to... And I think it's just his pure... Like, he just stays relevant. He's always in the media. He's dropping music, at least something every year. If it's a feature or something. There's something about it. I don't know what he did right, but he did something right where it just... People just love it, man. You know? He's good. He's really good. I think it's because he's just so versatile, however you want to say it. That like you don't really get bored of it because he'll give you a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, but when you get the locks, it's like one thing. You know, when you get Drake, it's like a couple of things. Anyways, appreciate you guys. What do you guys think about everything? What do you think Drake's going to sell the first week? Let me know on that. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.